What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Onney, the CEO, and I am blessed to have you for another week, another fire segment. This season, we're doing something different. We're doing conversations with the king, because the kings matter too. We had so much response from the queens that we want to give the kings a safe platform to be able to be themselves and to be able to speak openly without judgment. And this is the place to do it. Tonight's show, I have someone that is an amazing father. He raised a phenomenal woman, and I want to talk to him about his journey being a single dad and mastering business. So I need you guys to buckle up your seatbelts, because you're now plugged in, tuned in, tapped in to Outside the Box. Tonight's guest has been a dear friend of mine for well over 10 years. I've been able to watch him manifest his dreams, raise his daughter, and accomplish things that the average person may not be able to accomplish in his lifetime. I have him here to be transparent with me and share some dialogue. So without further ado, I want you guys to give it up for serial entrepreneur Ryan Akers. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good.
Thank you for coming on the show.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, so I have a lot of questions I want to ask you. Now, is there anything off limits now?
Well, we can open up the floodgates.
All right, dope. Well, I know who you are, but there's people that are listening and watching. We have people all the way in Ghana. So I want you to tell us who you are and what all you do.
Okay, I'm going to try to summarize this really quick. My name, again, is Ryan Akers. I'm a serial entrepreneur. Touch both logistics, financial services, insurance. I'm a published author, and overall good dude. Oh yeah, private equity too. I forgot about that. But anyway, listen, man, I'm a Renaissance man. That's what I'm gonna sum it up. I'm a Renaissance man.
Now, where are you originally from?
Born in Indiana, but I was raised in California, San Diego.
And what brought you to Houston?
So actually, I went to the Air Force after high school, and then my parents got transferred here when I graduated. Well, actually, they retired in Houston. So I came to visit and then ended up staying.
Okay, all right. So now H-Town is where you lay down. I'm not mad at you. Now, what's your current status? Are you married? Are you single?
I'm single.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, one thing I do know is, now, have you ever been married?
No, never been married.
Are you afraid of marriage?
No.
Okay, just haven't found that one yet, right?
Just ain't been the right time, I guess.
Now, speaking of timing, what a lot of people don't know is that you raised your daughter. You were a single father.
Yeah, for sure.
And you were hands-on. And a lot of dads don't get credit for the role that they play in raising children. You always see resources out there for the single mother, but you never hear people talking about the single father. So what are some challenges that you faced in raising your daughter?
Man, great question, by the way. Salute to all the other single fathers that's out there, because I know I'm not by myself. But one of the challenges, for sure, is just being compassionate. You know what I mean? Like, I was molded a certain type of way. So, like, I'm not a crier. I'm not emotionally intelligent. This is the new thing right now.
Yeah, that's
Having
the word.
to become an emotionally intelligent man for my child, I think that was one of the biggest things, biggest hurdles, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I heard you list off quite a bit of things during your introduction to the show of how many things you have your hands in. Now, do you still do the trucking company as well?
Yeah, still do.
Because you forgot to mention that as well.
Yeah, I just said logistics as a whole. But
okay. Well, how do you manage fatherhood and balancing all those different areas of your life and career?
I guess great time management, and also God, to be honest. Like, sometimes I don't know, but trying to strategize and put things in its proper perspective. Right. So ironing out what I need to do day to day, basically.
Now, we all know that it takes a village to raise a child. What did your village look like?
Oh, 100%. I got a dope family.
Yeah.
So my parents are her grandparents. I got 2 sisters that I was raised with, and also my little brother. But my sisters were probably like little mothers to her, besides my mom, which is her grandmother. But yeah, my village is dope.
Now, I noticed that in this dating climate, women are usually more open to bringing new people around their children, whereas men is like, you're not the one, you're not meeting her.
Right.
If there's no ring on your finger, if I don't intend on marrying, you're not meeting her. So what dynamic was it for you, and what challenges did you face between separating your dating life and your fatherhood?
I think I started off being very open with my daughter, so something that I wanted separated just for myself. I couldn't ask my parents a lot of questions growing up. I don't know if I asked them any questions growing up for real.
Okay.
It was like, do as you say, that's it. Ain't no questions. So the dynamic her and I have is a little bit different because I've always wanted to have like an open book. But definitely I wouldn't just bring in women around. Like, she had to know it was something serious.
Right.
Right. Just because I don't want her to be, how you present stuff is how they will take it.
Right.
And I don't want her to just think that it's cool, to just let people run in and out of your life.
Yeah. And healthy boundaries are important. Now, open and honest communication is essential, and parents must discuss the challenges they face and their expectations in a relationship. Now, clear communication helps manage expectation and avoid misunderstanding. So a lot of times people want to put the wagon before the horse and get all enmeshed with the family. Have you had any issues with that? Like, somebody want to be extra involved, but you're not ready to go there yet. And if so, how did you communicate that?
Honestly, that's not an issue that I actually faced.
Okay.
I think that's probably because of who I am and the type of energy that I bring. So that's not something that I particularly face. I do know it exists, but for me, like I said, I'm kind of an open book, but I'm kind of stern on certain things also. So
now, what is something that you wish, because if you don't mind me asking, how old were you when you became a father?
22.
You were 22.
When I became a father, yeah.
Oh, that's not a bad age at all.
Yeah.
But you were raised
who knows?
You were raised in a home with both your parents, correct?
Yeah, 100%.
So you had a lot of balance there, having a good example from your father and
Definitely.
a great example from your mother. So it kind of built you to be who you are.
True.
Which is another reason why you're so present, which is, I commend you for that.
Thank you.
Because so many black young women, we have mother wounds, but we also have father wounds.
Yeah.
And having a dad that's present can make us someone else. It can really change things, because even me growing up, myself, when my dad wasn't necessarily in the picture, I didn't have the confidence and the surety that I needed as a young woman. Yeah. And I noticed how my confidence and how grounded I was by having my father in my life, and he is my biggest cheerleader.
There you go, yeah, for sure.
Not play by his sweetest peach on the tree.
As he shouldn't.
So, it really matters, having that. But because I didn't have him, I didn't have the confidence, so I became a mother before I became a woman. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you had more grind, you were more level-headed. But even at 22, it's still fairly young.
For sure.
To
figuring out life.
Yeah, to figure out life. How did that impact the course of your decisions?
It impacted a lot.
Yeah.
Because I think I was kind of reckless.
Okay.
To be quite honest. 22, I definitely was a little reckless, but a child and then understanding the responsibility that the child comes with will grow you up if you take care of it properly, right? Because I mean, you can hear horror stories too, but for me, it was something I never wanted to be less than in her life. So that's not something that
Now, did you fear pregnancy in your particular dating world? Like,
nah.
I don't want to have another kid and be a single dad again? No.
Nah, I'm like.
Did you fix your picker? You fixed your picker?
I guess so. I only got one, so I think I did a good job.
Do you want more kids?
Hey, if it happens, it happens.
Okay.
At one point in time, I used to be like, for sure, like tomorrow.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm cool. Like, if it's in God's will, I'm gonna take it. If not, it's cool.
Shout out to that. You know, we getting older now. Listen, them knees ain't gonna run across that field like they used to.
Better take that Megan that class.
Megan.
Yeah, you better take that Megan class.
I'm talking about you, boss.
I'm good.
Come on here.
Hey, I'm good.
Could you imagine? I ain't trying to put us on blast, but we're of age. You know what I'm saying? In 20 years, you know.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro or Al Pacino, one of them just had a baby and he's like 73, so.
But that's one thing about men. Men can have kids until they're well off in age. Yeah. But women childbearing age
tends to be a little different.
It's different, right? After about 36, it starts getting a little questionable for us.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because the chances of having a child with autism,
all type of stuff happens.
Or
just your own health,
or preeclampsia, all those things. Us having a baby is actually a bigger risk to our lives.
For sure.
In a child's life when we get older, and that is another demand that is going on in the dating world when men wait so long to find her, and he finds in her in his age group, and she's no longer in the childbearing stages.
Yeah, but you got to be willing to accept whatever that is. Like I said,
yeah.
If that's in God's will, so be it. If
or some of them just go get a young.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I know some people. So
he said that like, yeah, that's what I'm on.
I mean, if it happens, hey, look, I'm just saying, it exists out here.
Now, how did you juggle growing your business with being a single father? Like, I know you had a support system. We talked about your dope ass family. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Shout out to the fam.
Yeah. Go Akers.
Right. But still, it's almost like, I know me. I was, I had my periods of being a single mom,
right.
And I sometimes really had to choose between the provision and the presence. I missed out on some very important moments that I feel like I can't get back because you can't go back.
You can't.
And it was times where they may have had football practice, but I had to get my cousin to take them to football practice because I had to work.
Somebody got to get the money.
Somebody got to get the money, you know what I'm saying? So it's like valuable moments that I missed so that I could create provision. But if I had not sacrificed those precious moments, I wouldn't be able to be as strong as I am for them now. To have the leap pad, to have the leap pad that they now have on life. Mm-hmm. So back to you is, did you ever face having to decide between presence and provision?
Yeah, 100%. But again, a sacrifice, right? That's just something that comes with the territory. It's like making a decision of, are we going to eat or we're not going to eat? And then I understood young that there's a bigger goal in mind. Like, she's only going to be little for so long. But what table am I setting? And so, you're going to have those challenges. I'm sure that I missed a few things. Definitely, shout out to my sisters. My sister Alexis was a big help, like going to softball games and taking her, and I would just come after work or whatever the case may be. So for me, there was things that I can pick and choose, and some of the stuff I just sacrificed and I would cut off the business. Right? If it was like extreme awards or something like that, I don't really care about people at that moment. I got to be there for my child. So for me, it was big to try to balance that, but I guess that's the best way I could say is you try to have a healthy balance. You're gonna lose on some areas, but again, open communication. So my daughter knew it wasn't like I was out drinking, right? She like, oh, he is at the office.
Yeah.
That's
and
just what's
she still, look at me, I'm telling your business, and she still check in, huh?
Yeah. Listen, man, I built that. That's a healthy habit. I'm kind of amazed.
I still check in with my mama, so don't.
Well, see, there you go. Good habits, then, right? You know what I mean? Something that I'm proud about. Like, she don't have to do that, but I think it's just like a safety net for her. Like, hey, I'm here. I'm such and such. And I don't mind. I used to think like, man, she crazy because I didn't do that. But salute to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out Soraya.
Yeah, shout out to her. So I want to segue into boundaries, autonomy within relationship.
Okay.
So when you're dating a woman and you're taking her serious, one of the hot topics on this show have been friends. All right. Do you support the idea of your partner having friends of the opposite sex?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I just being real though. Like,
I had one guy say,
how would you not?
the only
have
friend
her?
she have is me and Jesus.
Yeah, but that's.
Shout out to Anthony.
I think that's unrealistic.
Yeah.
That's my perspective. I think it's unrealistic. Why I say that is because she had friends before you.
Right.
She's not gonna not have friends now. Like, and if you cut her off, I think you're raising the chances of an unhealthy or toxic relationship because now she has to try to fight for something that is normal.
Right.
And then I have female friends, so
Yeah.
I'm not cutting them off
Yeah.
because I'm in a relationship. However, everybody gonna know what's up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no.
How do you feel about going public with your relationship, and how soon do you think within a relationship that should happen?
I used to be like really big on like, I want everybody to know everything. But that's kind of before social media existed. So like going big and putting your business out there back then was like people seeing you in public. Now all your business is out on the internet. So I'm 50-50 because I'm cool either way, honestly. However, what I found out though, just in my own personal situation is the more you put out there, the more energy you allow to try to come back into your relationship. So that takes two strong people to be able to block out whatever it is. He say, she say, lies, truths, shit. You know what I mean? But the reality is like you opening up a lot of doors. So I say do it, but make sure that you and your person are at a position or a place where y'all could be communicative.
And if that's the thing, I think that it's a lot of shame that comes with that dynamic too when people do go public with their relationship.
You think it's shame?
Well, after the relationship dissolves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because,
I'm different.
Years ago, I was married and my spouse and we were very public.
Yeah.
With our relationship, and everybody was like, "Oh, couple goals and black love."
I think I remember this, but yeah.
Yeah, them was the days, huh?
I think I remember that relationship.
Yeah, and so everybody was like, "Couple goals," and then it was like, "Hey Shirley, this is Barbara." The women in my DMs, it was just so embarrassing. So when it all came to a head, and I felt like everybody knew but me. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I didn't even want to be on social media. I fasted basically from social media for like a year. I didn't even want to. And when I did pop my head back out, they were like, "Oh, how your husband doing?" And I was like, "We're not together."
See, that's the thing when you go public. So I was engaged 2009.
I remember.
And right. Right. So at that time, that was public, right? That was probably the most public I ever been as far as a relationship is concerned. But after that dissolved, her and I dissolved it behind closed doors. And, everybody else doesn't know that. So it was like years after this, I would still go certain places and people would ask about her. I'm like, I'm appalled, but at the same time, I'm like, this is the only thing you know because you don't see my life.
Right.
So I handled it with grace, but, you could take it. It depends on your emotional state, right? And how that relationship ended. For me, we didn't end on bad blood, but, it's one of them. I kind of just brushed it off like, oh, yeah, we're not together, but,
yeah,
let's keep it pushing.
It comes with it. So, yeah, that's why I tell people, like, who you're with should not be private, but what goes on in your relationship should be. Yeah. And my relationships are not for entertainment purposes. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
So it's like you have some people who like to post to prove to everybody else, this is who I got.
That's an insecurity.
Yes, because sometimes, ladies, you just might be posting yourself with somebody that got you out here looking crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
real.
It's like you gotta really know your partner before you just
men
go
too.
out there.
Like you talking about this, men could be posting somebody they think is their girl and find out she's a couple people's girl. you know?
Yeah.
So you got to be careful. But again,
how do men handle that? Because this is conversation with the king. You know, I want to know Mel's perspective. Like, so how do you handle when one of the bros come and be like, say, man, listen, I'm happy you happy.
Yeah.
But, you know, I done knocked down Shawty before. Has that ever happened to you?
Listen, so check this out. This is a true story, too. You know, my picker wasn't picking correctly, but I don't even want to put the person on black. But when I first moved to Houston, you know, I had a scenario, and there was individuals. Now, mind you, I'm fresh, so I don't really know nobody. I don't know nobody, for real. But we ended up working in the same place. Mm-hmm. And now people are finding out that she's pregnant, and it's by me. Well, I guess I kind of put that out there. But anyway, that situation happened, and there was people that came to me. Obviously, they live here. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You know, people that came to me that mentioned certain things. Now, we're not even friends. I think that's one thing. You better be able to have a relationship or have some type of rapport with this person before you get to talking that. And then, bruh, why are you talking your business anyway? If you done never did anything to anybody else, shut up. That's what I think personally. Like, why you tell your business? But nonetheless, this happened. And you know, some people, at that time I told you I was reckless, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it didn't always go, you know. Right now I'm talking to you intelligent and grown, but that ain't how I handled the situation back then. So be careful what you're asking for, because, you know, you might get knuckled up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
think that goes.
But does it matter? Because does it matter? Like, if you are happy with the person and somebody from their past come and try to address
it don't matter to me. It does not matter what that person's past is, because I'm already here. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But if somebody is disrespectful, like we're talking about the past, mm-hmm. if that person becomes disrespectful now, I'm gonna
handle it.
Make sure that you understand respect.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just kind of point blank. Period. This ain't got nothing to do with said spouse at the time. This is something to do with this person, because you have a chip on your shoulder or something. So we need to take care of that. Mm-hmm. Right. But yeah, I don't care about a person's past. I got a past.
We all have a past.
Right.
I think by the time you get 40, you got something you're not proud of. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody got skeletons in their closet. I don't care what age you are. Everybody got skeletons in their closet.
Listen. So you have also like written all these books. Can you give us a little bit information? We're going to try to tap on a lot of them, because you wrote Power of Execution.
Yeah.
Getting Things Done. The Powerful Entrepreneur. Yeah. The Millionaire Mindset.
Yeah.
Wired to Succeed. How to make passive income with vending machines. You even have one, I don't have it listed here. What's the name of the one with the Airbnb?
Oh, yeah. Just how to make money off of Airbnb.
Airbnb. So you just got all kind of different books out there, educating people on really how to get that bag the legal way.
Yeah.
What sparked you to want to sell that knowledge?
To be honest, it was something that wasn't taught to me. So I think being able to share it with other people, right? It's like how I learned it by trial and error. But what if I can share that with somebody else and they don't have to take the roads that I took?
Right.
The very first book that I ever wrote was Unlocking Your 6 or 7 Figure Earner Potential, right? That's the Millionaire Mindset. Very first book I ever wrote. And I wrote that based upon a time in my life where I was going through some legal issues, really, based off of business, and being able to understand, like, this situation is circumstantial. This does not mean the rest of my life, but how does a person, you know, keep moving forward? And what I remember is talking to a millionaire. He told me basically just keep moving, right? All millionaires face something.
Right.
The man told me, if you've never been sued, you ain't making no money. And that stuck with me. So I was like, you know what, let me put this back out there, because I was privy to it, but I didn't have a problem getting in rooms. Everybody ain't gonna be able to get in those rooms. So.
Right. And you know, that's so true. Like, the rooms that I want to be in, I realize that everybody can't go.
Yeah.
Even the people that I may want there with me the most, the invitation was not for them.
There you go.
You know, you have to be okay with going by yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Eagles fly alone. They
don't do packs. You know what I'm saying? So I learned early in my career, like I had this thing where I wanted to bring everybody with me.
Yeah,
if
for
I'm
sure.
winning, we all winning. We all winning. But sometimes the very people that you're trying to bring with you are the same people that don't even want to see you with it.
So Snoop Dogg said something a while back, right, on this journey while he was coming up, and he was like, "It's easier for me to fall down if I'm reaching down to pull you up, because the leverage with the law of nature, right? You gonna pull me down while I'm trying to pull you up, versus you coming up and then I can help you when we on the same platform, right? Because now there's no pulley. We here, it's just a fair exchange. But if
we can actually make a transaction.
You hear me? So if I'm going up and you're not there yet, you need to get to where I'm at so that I can help you. It's kind of hard for people to pull back. So I hear that all the time. Like everybody's like, yeah, I want to give back to the community. That's cool. I want to be able to give back to where you came from. That's cool. But are those people where you came from trying to progress and get to where you're at?
Now, another question I wanted to ask you is, how do you feel about men having a therapist or having a life coach or someone that can help them stay on task?
I have mentors, so
okay.
I would suggest that anybody that's trying to be successful, if you're a man out there, go get you a mentor. You may need therapy. Go get you a therapist. It's okay to talk to somebody, right?
Most importantly, because do you believe that it's a stigma on men being vulnerable in this society?
Yeah, 100%. I don't even know if it's a stigma. I just think it's a reality.
Yeah.
Right? There's so much.
We were taught that a man is supposed to be a man, and women are emotional, and men are strong.
Yeah, that's
but
what I was taught.
Men have emotions too.
Just
and I think that the generational cycle has been, especially for black men, is to suppress their emotions. But
I'm one.
They have to have a way to come out. Otherwise, if you don't get those emotions out, it'll come out in other ways. And
but
especially,
how does a man get that out? Just think about society, right? Black men, particularly. Everything is on top of us already. So we already have our own weight just facing the world. And then now, especially now, right, when you're dealing with black women, particularly, the expectation levels are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right? You want me to go, be on top of the moon, be an astronaut, run this, own this, be a multi-billionaire, and you don't bring nothing to the table. Or you don't even have the capability to help me, to assist me. You can't build with me. If I brought you a full meal, you couldn't cook it. Right? I think the expectations are a little off.
Yeah, that's a good segue there, because that's also a conversation that is being had, that needs to be had. Like I said, people are always talking about, well, what you bringing to the table, what you bring to the table. I'm ready to turn it over. I'm ready to turn the whole damn table over, because I think that a lot of it is not even based on realness. It's based on superficiality.
Let me say something really quick. Like, first of all, I love black women, so we ain't got to second guess that. But how I was raised, I saw my mother, I saw my father. My father was a hard worker, still is this day, right? That's just his trait. In his mind, he always wanted to be able to provide everything for my mama. They came into the marriage, he was like, if she don't want to work, she ain't got to work. My mother's mindset was, I want to help this man. Why would I put all this pressure on him when I'm capable to help this man help us? So a lot of times when people are looking for relationships, I included, right? I'm looking at what I already saw. So it's very difficult when I'm having a conversation with a woman, when we're talking about not what you bring to the table, but just what's your life plan? You know what I'm saying? How do you see yourself? And then there's nothing there. Right? That's an issue for me.
And I think, too, that when you talk about bringing something to the table, something that you also, when you talk about bringing a woman a meal and she can't cook it, I think that a lot of people misplace value on, back to what I said, tangible things. Say, for instance, you have a woman and she's not a millionaire, but you are. But you know how to keep being a millionaire, but she may have that idea that can turn you into a multi-millionaire.
For sure.
You understand what I'm saying? So she might not have the resources in her pocketbook, or her pocketbook. But
True.
she have resources in this pocketbook that can change the trajectory of both of you all's lives together, like a Proverbs 31 woman, not to bring the Bible in.
Hey, let's go.
She know how to go
My
out there
homeboy would love
and
this
get
right
it.
now.
She know how to go out there and get it and come
Yeah.
back with it. She know how to multiply. It never said in the Bible that a woman doesn't work. You
Right.
know, 'cause Proverbs 31 spelled it out very clearly.
You talking about you're using biblical principles, but you have to make sure that the people that we're talking to
That it doesn't,
are in the
it
Bible
doesn't
and
matter.
understanding that
But
principle.
even if you take away the biblical aspect of it, it's what you bring to the table. When we're talking about the table that things are being brought to in this dating society and climate,
Yeah.
you want to not make everything so superficial as far as a dollar amount, because you can get you a rich man and he can make your life miserable. He can be beating you,
Sure.
knocking your head
Right.
between the
You
washer
see it
and
all the
dryer.
time.
Or you can get you a church-going woman, and she
It can
done
be
ran
worse.
through the half of the
Yeah,
congregation.
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because you don't even go to church to know that she done ran there. She
So-
going to Bible study on Wednesday with her church husband.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that.
You
Hey,
know?
a lot of stuff happen in church, so we you know. Put
And
that
I'm
out
not
there.
coming for the, I promise you I'm not coming
Man.
for the church.
Hey.
I'm just saying you have to really know your partner. And you have to, now how do you feel about being like friendships? Because
What you
some
mean?
men, when I asked you about the question earlier about women keeping male friends and this, that, and the other.
Okay.
So, and it's so awkward sitting in this seat because I'm getting to hear different dialogue back from different kings
Right.
and their perspectives. And some of you all have completely different perspectives
I'm sure.
on the friendship rule and autonomy rule. And it's just mind blowing to me. Like, how we supposed to know? There ain't no playbook to this, really.
Yeah, it's not.
It
It's
goes
not.
back to you and your partner and whoever you with in that space in your life to determine the rules for you all's engagement.
100%.
You can't really copy and paste what you did with the last person with the new person. But some men feel like when a woman has male friends, those male friends are just waiting on their turn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So I'm not necessarily. Here's what I say to that. First of all, not to all you brothers, but I'm not insecure when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just a secure person mentally.
Yeah.
So I don't think about what happens when my woman leaves the house.
Mm-hmm.
I have an expectation,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not worried like, oh my God, she's finna go have lunch with her friend and then they're gonna go to the hotel. Like, what? Like,
Who thinks
you know
like
what I'm saying?
that?
Yeah. Well,
A guilty.
apparently there are
Guilty
men
mo-
that do, right? But I am not one of those particular men. You can't watch somebody 24/7. So if
can't.
somebody's gonna cheat, they're gonna cheat regardless,
yeah.
right?
And it don't matter what time of the day it is. They cheat in the morning.
So I'm
too.
not gonna wreck my brain or get high blood pressure or higher blood pressure for creating a scenario.
Now,
that
speaking
doesn't
of that,
exist.
you did say higher blood pressure.
Right.
Now, you also have a financial services.
Correct.
And
yeah.
y'all also offer health insurance.
We do.
And stuff like
We
that.
do.
So, I know we were getting good on the topic, but I do want to highlight that you offer health insurance services.
Yeah.
But also recently, you had a health scare.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
I've seen you posting testimonials about, hey, you
Yep.
guys got to go get yourself checked.
Yep.
Can you share us a little bit of information
Yeah.
about
Heck yeah.
AYG, and then also tell us a little bit about the insurance services that you provide?
For sure. So AYG Insurance and Financial Services, we are considered a boutique type of financial services. We offer everything from wellness to IULs and annuities and property casualty. Like, we run the gambit seriously on just about anything you could think of in the insurance field as well as financial services. So we can help you from top to bottom. You want to do life planning, we got you. You want to do financial literacy, we got you.
Mm-hmm.
But we've been around since 2017, and we're still here, just getting bigger and better.
Okay, it's dope. I just wanted to kind of like highlight that at AYG, accept your greatness.
That's right, yeah,
Just in
accept
case
your
they didn't catch that.
That's what the AYG stands for, accept your
Yeah.
greatness. So, be the best you every day.
Yes, indeed. So I also want to ask you now that we got that out.
All right.
So now that we talked about AYG, recently you had a health scare. What
Yeah.
did that do to you as a man? How old are you, if you don't mind?
I'm 43.
43, okay. Damn, I'm older than you. Okay.
Nobody would have knew that if you didn't say that.
Okay, anyway, that's okay. What did that do to you because it's a lot of men out there that are having, shout out, rest in peace, Beat King.
Oh man, for sure, yeah.
It's a lot of men, a lot of men that are in their early 40s that are having heart attacks, that are having strokes, that are taking heart medicine, you know what I'm saying, just in general. They're not getting themselves checked.
Yeah.
They really just kind of like, hey, I've been good all my life. I don't have no diseases.
That's how it happens.
Ain't nothing breaking down on me. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Nobody came back and told me I gave them nothing. That's
wow. Yeah, this ain't sexually transmitted. This, what I mean?
But that's how men, even when it comes to their sexual health, sometimes they kind of depend on what's going on with their partner before they even go get themselves checked out.
For sure, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But health and wellness is very important, especially as we get older. So when you had your scare and you had to go get yourself checked, make sure you wasn't having a moment of, where we just might not be, you might not wake up tomorrow.
No, that's real, yeah.
How did that shake you up?
So, first of all, great question. I don't think I was prepared for that one. However, black man, what I'm going to say first to you is cleanliness next to godliness. Stay clean. But on the flip side of that, there's something that's called hypertension, and it really exists with us because normally it's what we eat, what we've been trained to eat, and we don't really take care of ourselves in that capacity. I know for a fact I did not, right? I used to go to the grocery store, buy what I wanted, what looked good, what felt good, and that's it. And I started having these headaches, excuse me, that wouldn't go away. So I guess for a second I thought I was just tripping. Like, let me take some Tylenol or whatever, but it wouldn't go away. So I went and got checked, went to the doctor, got checked, high blood pressure. Well, she told me that I was pre-hypertension, right? I'm in hypertension stages, and they gave me some medicine. Now, here's the thing about modern medicine. We're all lab rats. Right?
They're practicing
They don't
medicine.
know exactly what medicine is going to work best for you because every person is not like you. So I was given certain medicine to take for like a 10-day thing just to try to help me out. And I had an adverse reaction to that medicine later that night that put me in the ER. And when I went to the ER, they checked my blood pressure. I was 240 over like 120 something. So anybody that knows those numbers, that's like stroke level, damn near heart attack. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that shook me, right? And then talking to the doctor about it, there are things, they checked my blood first, and my heart and everything else came back fine. So it was kind of I was grateful, right? Mm-hmm. But what they told me was maybe you're stressed out, genuinely, and then also watch out for sodium and or salt. Mm-hmm. Now, black folk, what we eat?
Everything with salt.
Yeah, so everything got sodium and salt into it. Mm-hmm. And so what I did immediately, because like you said, there are peers that have passed away recently. Right. From this same type of situation. Now, I even had to take it a step further. I have a family member that passed away from the same scenario. I mean, he found out that he had it, and 3 weeks later he passed away. So for me, and he was in his 40s. Mm-hmm. It's not something that I want to play with. I don't think it's any fun to be able to build a business or to have goals set for yourself and to not be able to see those goals come into fruition. Right?
Or at the peak of the fruition, you saying goodbye.
Rest in peace to one of my dear friends, big brother and a mentor to me, and also one of the originals of Akers Insurance, Dominique Moore. But that's how he passed. Yeah. Right? So, and I talked to him the night before. Like, we're genuinely having a conversation. So you don't know the day or the time, but I don't want that to be me, and I don't want that to be you. So do what you got to do and take it serious.
All right. Well, there you have it. Accept your greatness. Go ahead and log on to the website. Let's find out how you can get you some insurance, health insurance, home insurance, whatever you got, there you have it. I also want to get with you to find out about trust, but we're going to do that on a whole nother, we're going to do that off the scene. All right. Yes, I go to him. He is my financial mentor, so shout out to him. So tell us again, where we can find you, your personal IG.
Oh, for sure. Ryan Knows Biz. Ryan Knows Biz on Instagram and TikTok.
And if you want to go check out his books, make sure you go and you just put his name, Ryan Akers, in the search bar. You can scroll down and you can see all the different amazing books that he have that is educating you on financial literacy to help you get away from living paycheck to paycheck, elevate your mind, create you some passive income, and secure your future. Once again, I want to thank everyone for tuning into my show. I want to remind you that we are on multiple platforms. You can find us everywhere. We're on Third Coast TV, iHeartRadio, Breaker, Stitcher, Apple Play, Radio Public. And if you really like what you hear, or you like what you see, come and join the Outside the Box family over on our YouTube page. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and click that bell notification so you can be notified when a new segment is dropped for you. If you also want to be on the couch with me, we are also casting for Outside the Box. Make sure you send your EPK and bio to otb.liveshow@gmail, and one of our casting directors will respond to you to find out how you could be a perfect fit for the show. If you like the content, you like the quality, and you yourself want to bring your vision to fruition, you too can become a podcast content creator by contacting 346-491-5315 or log on to onneystudios.com for more information. I want to thank you, Ryan, for coming and letting me get all in your business.
Thank you for having me.
For Conversations with a King, shout out to being a dope black dad. Come on, round of applause. Y'all give it up for him. Yes, give it up for him. And we'll be back next week, same time, same place. Make sure you subscribe, leave us a comment, let us know what you think. I'm your girl, Onney the CEO, and you are plugged in, tuned in, tapped in to Outside the Box.